Good morning, Gogori High. I'm Taylor Specie.
And I'm Joshua Tidmarsh. Today is Friday, March 21st.
Today on the Taylor and Josh Show, we look at 2 stories on parents. All this and more in today's show. A new security officer was recently hired to patrol the roads around their campus. Parents can no longer drop off or pick up students around the back and must drop them off in the parking lot. Now we meet a bride and a groom who talk about their surprise wedding. You'll get to hear the 2 sides about this important event in their life.
So why a surprise wedding is not a good idea?
I remember getting up that morning. He had bought me a jumper dress laid out on my bed with a necklace.
Ended up finding somebody that weds people there in Carmel and called them, and they have a cliff that they recommended.
And I thought we were going to Carmel to have a brunch with his family, and we ended up going to this cliff, and everyone was kind of quiet. And
halfway out there, Christine figures out what's going on.
We got out, and there was this lady standing at the end of this cliff, and it was a very windy day. I mean, the wind had to be clearly 40 to 60 miles per hour.
Yeah, so anyway, we get married.
It was a great surprise, and I wouldn't change anything or ever go back.
There are also new changes to rules about hallway usage during lunch. Students are no longer allowed to eat lunch in hallways and can receive a detention if they are found in hallways. Students going to and from clubs must go through their SLC office. We also have a story on a trip to Mexico. We have a mom talking about how it is going on, even though this trip is a missions trip.
So we went to Rancho Santa Marta, which is about an hour and a half southeast of Ensenada. And there's about 35 of us on different teams, and one team was for the dental team, which is what I was on, and then there was the construction team and the orchard team. I loved seeing the kids again. This was my second year, and the faces of just all the kids coming into the dental office. It's amazing how they're not scared to see the dentist because all the kids that live there in the orphanage part of the ranch, they've been seen by the dentists regularly since they've gotten there. And there's only a couple new kids this year, and even they weren't that nervous because we saw them last, and the other kids had told them that it was all okay. I love seeing the kids and love seeing how well they're taken care of in an orphanage in another country. I was very excited to take my kids with me. They both are taking Spanish in school, and so I thought that might be helpful in being able to communicate, or at least to understand some things. But seeing my son work with a whole bunch of Christian men and just them pouring into him was pretty special. And at the end of the week, seeing that he had learned some new skills was just really exciting. And then for my daughter, she was on the dental team with me and working with the kids. One-on-one is something that some of the other teams don't get to do, and the dental team does because we, actually treat the kids. So just spending that time with her was really special.
Thanks, Josh.
You're welcome.
Well, that's it for today's Taylor and Josh Show. I'm Taylor.
And I'm Josh.
See you next week.